Hey guys, I'm back in my studio here. This is the next morning after my pour. It's almost dry, it's still a little bit wet in the negative space there. I'll show you in a second. I love this, nice color, pretty dramatic. Pretty much the same colors that I used in my last pour, which is this one right there. But I added some magenta and then I used Peacock Pearl and added white to that to kind of lighten it up. So I want to show you, I want to talk a little bit about when I go in and clean up around the negative space. I've had some people comment saying that they would leave it alone, this, that, and the other. I don't disagree, because for years I would do that. I was afraid to touch anything. I didn't trust myself, and I was afraid, you can see the wet there, I was afraid that I would mess up the cells, and hence the composition. So what I like to do, and the reason I do it, well, first, the reason I do it is because I show my art in galleries and they want a clean product. I know fluid art can be touch and go. You never know exactly how it's going to dry. They don't want it to look unfinished, if that makes sense. So I even ask about this area here. I've been told to keep it. I might keep it on this one, or I might black this little line out. I haven't made up my mind yet. But they want the cells not to look washed out, especially as they butt up against the negative space. So as you can see, most of mine have pretty good, color in the negative space. I'm sorry, in the cell. So what I'm going to do though is go in just on these that you don't see much in and just dot them with the color that's in there. The only reason I'm doing that is to make it crisper around the negative space. And I think it looks better on a canvas. Now, if you remember this one, if I can zoom in, I went in and I trimmed up around these cells and pearls around the negative space. They still look a little off, but they were a lot more elongated, and I wanted them to be more round. I didn't want to take too much off, it would be too obvious. So when I varnish that one, hope that I just showed you what it's going to do, it's going to look good. And all the blotchiness that you may have seen will blend in with the black. So that doesn't bother me that much. So I don't know if I'm going to get to this one today. I've got to work this afternoon. I don't think it's going to be dry enough for me to put my hands on the canvas yet. As you can see, it's wet. It's also wet over there, and I think a little bit up here. But I wanted to show you and explain a little bit why I go in and I do these touch-ups. The other thing I really like is when the cells, they're not like completely filled. You can see the black coming out. It makes it look translucent when I use the varnish. And so that's why, you want a nice clean center, so that way it looks really cool. So anyway, enough babbling here. I will show you the final results. Like I said, I'm not going to mess with anything over here, I don't think. Just maybe right through here and there. And I don't want to put too much on it. I think it's pretty beautiful. Okay, friends. Hold on, and I'll show you the final results once this is completely dry. Hey guys, here I am back with the final results. As you can see, I added a few speckles in those cells that were kind of washed out where the white had sunk and there was very little there, so it sort of pulls your eye in. This one right here had some of the rust and red, so I put a little dot of red and rust in there, and I really didn't touch anything else in this painting. I just wanted that to sort of pop a little bit when you look at it. So here's a little bit more of a close-up. You can see what I did. Everything is pretty much dried at this point. It's been sitting here all day. And again, like I always say, this is metallic paints. So it's going to dry and varnish. I mean, it's going to varnish very well. It's going to be, when it dries, it's going to be nice and shiny. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, guys, thanks. I am thinking about doing a really large painting this weekend. I don't know what large is, to be honest with you. I was thinking 36 by 36, but I could not find a canvas at Michael's. Have to go to a different Michael's. Or I could do another 30 by 40 or I was thinking 36 by 48. But I have such a small room in here, I'm not quite sure how that would work because I have to move around to tilt it. Anyway, I will try to figure something out, or you'll just see this size again, which is 24 by 36. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you this weekend.